You're watching Pyro Media Network. Hello, Pyro Media family. Thank you for tuning in. If this is your first time joining us, welcome. We hope your experience with us is fruitful. While we are loading your experience, please do us a quick favor and hit that like button from whichever platform you're watching or listening on. And we do hope you consider hitting that subscribe or follow button so you can check out more of our amazing content. All right, let's start the show.
What is going on, Unusual Mavericks? We are back with another episode of the Unusual Mavericks. I'm your host, Kwame, joined by the bearded one, the Chocolicious, the other Unusual Maverick, just Dominic. What's going on, brother?
Hey, Kwame. It is good to be back. It has been a good week, and boy, do we have a lot of fun stuff to talk about today.
Oh, yes. We have a lot to talk about.
It was fun going through it. Right.
Yes.
In our
Yes, and
production
prepping
meeting
for the show. We had a lot to talk about, and I am super excited. Let me lower this down because okay, there we go. I want to make sure we're on here. All right, so I have a lot to talk about. What is going on, Keats? How you doing, sir? Thank you for joining, sir. How you doing, Maverick? Cupcake is in the building. Hey, Leroy and stuff. Congratulations, just Dominic's beard and yes, Dominic is a finalist right over there on the Gospel Music Choice Awards. So shout out to Dominic. The crowd goes wild.
And to Pyro Media Network for directing and helping produce the video. So it is a joint collaboration, so we're all celebrating.
Yes. It's good stuff. We're very, very, very happy about all that. So let's continue on. Hold on. I know you ain't cut that beard. He did not. He trimmed it. We can't trim Cupcake. We can't trim the beard.
Back in January. I haven't touched it since.
Right. I was like, what's
been growing?
On? She is just on. She yells at me if I try to touch my beard. If I trim it, she gets mad. Terrible. Anyway, how you guys doing on today? I hope you guys are having a wonderful day on today. Make sure you guys hit that like button, share, and subscribe. It does help the algorithm. That is a cut, not a trim.
Me?
But he hasn't touched it.
Ago.
Yeah,
he hasn't touched it in months.
A mess. Make sure you guys also text Blades, BLAZE, to 833-793-2423. Shout out to everybody who is adding themselves onto the text feature, because if you are not getting text messages from YouTube or Twitch, or notifications rather from YouTube or Twitch, you can go ahead and do that right there, and you'll get a direct text message from Pyro Media. Also, shout out to our pilots listening over on Blerd and Flight Radio. Shout out to y'all. Thank you guys so much for listening. We appreciate you guys. If you want to listen to other shows on Pyro Media, you're more than welcome to head over to the youtube.com/Pyro Media Network, and you can go ahead and check out the other amazing shows that are there. Or you can go into if you want to be a real pyromaniac, you can go and become a VIP member, and by joining our Patreon. So shout out to you guys, and shout out to everybody that's watching and listening on Instagram. We appreciate you guys. And for some reason, people are listening on Twitter, Thank you so much. I don't know what's going on Twitter or X now that it's called, but shout out to y'all. Thank you guys for watching. We appreciate you guys.
Yes.
Yeah, Leroy is blinding. I'm not doing this. Dominic is glowing though. Yes, he is. He is glowing. Why are you glowing, sir? Is there a reason why you're glowing?
Well, I got an A in my class, straight A's so far.
Woo-hoo!
So
yes,
happy
come on
about
now.
that.
Come on now. Come on, continued education. We love that. We love that. We don't want to stay stagnant. Praise Jesus. All right, let's go ahead. Oh, come on. Now I know you're not freezing. We have to wait. Keep saying trade. No trade over here. Ooh. Uh-oh. Yes, black and educated. Yes. Come on, black and educated. Yes. We love you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate it. I don't know what's going on with this or why it's doing this on today, but this is ridiculous. I have no idea. Let me go ahead and do a backup because you know what? I have backups and we're just going to go ahead and back it up. Let me go ahead and do this. I apologize, you guys. One moment. One momento. Bam. Bam. Yep. Cool. All right. Now we can go ahead and do what we need to do. While I'm going to go ahead and reboot this because you are ridiculous. I can't do it. Okay, let's move on. I'm getting text messages. We got to move on. Let's go ahead and get into our favorite time of our show, the Maverick Alert. Shall we, sir? Yes.
Yeah.
Time for the Maverick Alert. We appreciate you guys for tuning on in. Let's go ahead and get into the first story of the day. Let me make sure I get my notes out here. Shout out to my notes. And shout out to Just Dominic for producing this thing right on here. First up, is Luke Cage coming back? Uh-oh. Dr. Holt is in the building and Simeon is in the building. What's up, Kings?
All right.
How you doing?
Full house.
Here he goes. Dr. O says, I bet you know about back in it. You know, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing this. A good evening to you, Simeon, over there on the East Coast. Okay? See, sometimes I would have blocked some people, and Dr. Holt is one of them. Anyway, we love you just the same, Dr. Holt.
Thank you, Dr. Holt. Oh, I love it.
So you're just going to join in on the game? Okay, let's
well, you always do. Come on.
Anywho,
I know before I get started.
Let's move on. According to CBR, what is CBR? CBR, the MCU's addition to the Netflix Marvel shows means the possible return of Luke Cage. But if the hero for hire returns, so should his biggest foe, Diamondback. Now, you guys remember Diamondback? For those who watch the show, the show is let's go over here. Diamondback is a ruthless and cutthroat villain who will use any means necessary to get what he wants: revenge on Luke Cage. The Netflix era of the Marvel Cinematic Universe TV shows is finally canon, presenting an opportunity to resolve various loose ends across different series. This also applies to Luke Cage, who is known for leaving enemies alive who may resurface later, such as his primary antagonist and half-brother, Diamondback. Even though he was sent to the raft after he was defeated by Cage and was prevented, spoiler alert for those who haven't watched it, was prevented from being enhanced like Luke was by his creator, Noah Bernstein, there remains a possibility for his return within the Marvel canon. In April 2024, there are intriguing hints that Luke Cage, the super strong hero from the Netflix Marvel series, might make a comeback in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Let's dive into details. So, first up, one of the things that people are talking about is Finn Jones's Instagram hint. Actor Finn Jones, who portrayed Danny Rand or Iron Fist in the Netflix series, recently posted an Instagram story featuring his travel bag. Among the items was the final issue of Power Man and Iron Fist from Marvel Comics. Fans have speculated that this could be a subtle hint, that he has returned to the role of Iron Fist. The other one is Luke Cage's potential return. Luke Cage, portrayed by Mike Coulter, who you see on the screen, was another beloved character from the Netflix Marvel universe. The Netflix series was recently confirmed to be canon within the MCU. I'd like to see Bushmaster backing also. Oh yes, I would love to see him back. Bushmaster was a good one, good villain as well. Luke Cage's return could address the intriguing cliffhanger from the series where he either separated Harlem from New York's criminal underworld or was corrupted by it. Either way, his presence would likely be seen as a threat by the notorious Kingpin. In summary, the Netflix Marvel heroes are stirring excitement, and fans eagerly await their potential reintroduction to the MCU. Whether it's Iron Fist or Luke Cage, their return would be a welcome addition to the superhero universe. Now, I prefer Luke Cage over Iron Fist, but I would love to hear your thoughts on this, on everything.
Well, being that the actor Finn Jones is talking, and he's leaving hints, he's the one who really started this. It looks like he is returning for sure to the MCU. With Daredevil already has returned, and the Punisher has been confirmed to be a part of his series as well. It makes sense that everybody in the photo that you see work together. It does not make any sense for anyone in this photo not to be a part of the new universe.
Yeah,
I know that Mike Coulter said that he would gladly return to the universe. Finn is already dropping hints. It sounds like maybe there's contract negotiations with Coulter right now, and Finn sounds like he's maybe wrapped it up by how he's posting and what he's posting on Instagram. If what he's posting is true and that is the direction that they're going in, I'm here for it.
Yeah, absolutely. I would like to see Luke Cage back, but with the way Marvel has been operating and Disney has been operating with a lot of these different black superheroes and the projects that were supposed to be like Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, or Eyes of Wakanda, Blade, which we still are kind of concerned about as well. A lot of these different shows and things, I felt like Luke Cage was one of the better out of these shows. Defenders was okay, but it was because Luke Cage was in it, right? And a lot of people was like, well, you're only liking it because it was black. No, it was a great storyline, and it was perfect at the time.
The Punisher was really good, too.
The Punisher was phenomenal. Yeah, absolutely. But out of, like, even Jessica Jones started to fall off. Like, Jessica Jones was good, but it started to fall off. It was really dark, and it was a niche type situation. I didn't enjoy Iron Fist. Daredevil was but Luke Cage kept consistent ratings. Punisher kept really good ratings as well. But Jessica Jones obviously topped them all for whatever reason. People just resonated with that show more, and I think it was because it took a darker route than the other shows that we normally see with Marvel. But my point is that with everything that's been going on, like a lot of these shows on the chopping block, it brings pause, especially if they're already talking about Iron Fist is coming back. That budgets is happening. There's issues going on with Marvel. Even DC is having issues with making box office hits. So it's like I don't know. I don't want to sound like a pessimist, but I had hopes for Eyes on Wakanda. Like I was really, 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 really excited about that, and then they chopped that. I had hopes and excitement for Ironheart, and then they chopped that. You know what I'm saying?
They haven't chopped Eyes of Wakanda. It's being pivoted. Remember, they said that they're working on things. It's still at the early stages of pre-production now. Okay,
we know what that means. I just don't see it. Cupcake said she really liked Jessica Jones. Simeon said Iron Fist was too milquetoast for me. Milquetoast is
I tried with it. Yeah. Yeah.
Not milk toast. Well, we'll see how everything
I
goes. But
tried.
if they bring Luke Cage back, that's a good sign for the direction that Marvel is going to go, and we'll see how that goes. But yeah,
Well, we've
with
been
all of
criticizing for a while because of their lack of diversity, right?
yeah,
So,
but we'll see how it goes because I'm not too confident in what's going on with especially what's his name, Bob Iger. No, is it Bob Iger?
yeah.
Yeah, Bob
Yes.
Iger. I don't trust her. So we'll see how it goes. But right, next up we have oops. There we go. Next up we have Godzilla versus Kong, the New Empire, which was a huge box office hit over the weekend. They did so good. According to Los Angeles Times, Godzilla X Kong, the Kong, I say Kong, the New Empire smashed its box office competition this weekend, soaring past expectations with estimated domestic ticket sales of $80 million and delivering the second best opening of the year, just behind another Warner Brothers and legendary film, Dune Part 2. The film ranked as an A- on Cinema Score, indicating what audiences saw met their expectations. Directed by Adam Wingard, from a screenplay credited to Terry Rossio, Simon Barrett, Jeremy Slater, the film did not do as well with critics such as The Times' Katie Walsh, who noted there's a harried energy to Godzilla and Kong, the New Empire, which is enjoyable until it becomes tiresome and deafening. Okay, I'm gonna have to watch it to see it for myself to see what what she's talking about, if she's even worth her grain of salt. But premium formats such as IMAX and Dolby Cinema made up 48% of the film's business. The movie also made 114 in international markets. Is that million? Oh, millions. And in international markets, bringing its global weekend haul to $194 million, according to Warner Brothers. Now, this is a big deal, mainly because we just were talking about how last week, actually we've been talking about this entire time, Dominic, that these movies are, it's hard for people to go see a movie because of the fact that, please let me know next week. Or please let us know next week. Yeah, absolutely, for sure. I heard it was dope, Simeon. I'm going this weekend. Okay. Godzilla minus.
I want to weigh in on that because I saw it.
Oh, did you really?
I saw it opening weekend. Yeah, I just want you to finish the story.
Oh, yeah. No, I was just gonna say a lot of people were hesitant to go see movies because we had the pandemic. We talked about how people were building their homes and their home theater systems and how the economy is and paying all that money to just go see a movie and to bring their family to go see a movie. It could be up to $100 or $150 a night or even more. So to have a movie like Dune 2 and then that break box office sales, and then to have another movie like Godzilla and Kong, that's a big deal for it to also break box office.
Second biggest opening for the year.
That's crazy.
4 months in.
Yeah. So you said you went to go see it. Tell us about it. Or is this going to be a spoiler alert?
Yeah, without spoilers. No. I will not spoil the movie. Okay. What I would say in response to the critics, Katie Walsh's comment, this is a fun movie. I went with my nieces and nephew, who are, of course, Gen Z. They're all teenagers, and they loved this movie. From beginning to end, it was action-packed. Are you going to get the kind of complex, dramatic writing and storyline telling and shipping that you would get from a Meryl Streep movie? No. It's not built to be that.
Right.
So I felt that this was a fantastic adaptation from the 70s versions of the movies. Remember with the little Asian girls that were singing for Mothra and all this kind of stuff? It is not that, but movement And it takes all those things, those nostalgic things that if you are a true Godzilla fan, it takes all those things that you used to love and it has modernized it. You can find flaws in it if you want to, but it is a very, very, very well done film. It's fun. It's
Yeah.
something you can see over and over again and put on for the kids if you want. So it's that kind of movie. It reminds me of a Jurassic Park type of fun movie.
Yeah.
So
well,
that's all
we'll
I'll
see
say.
how we'll see how
It was
it
fun.
yeah, we'll see how it goes. I think it's gonna be a really dope
Well,
situation.
people have spoken, right? Second
Yeah.
biggest opening of the year. The people have spoken.
That in and of itself is a huge accomplishment, you know. So we'll see how it all
was
goes.
Worth the money, and see it in IMAX if you can. It is worth it. It is stunning.
See, but that's what I'm talking about, Dominic. Like I feel like there's a disconnect that is happening with shows or movies that the Marvel movies are doing, and even the DC movies, because they're not doing as well as they used to do.
It makes you question, right? Superhero fatigue. Is it real or is it not real? I think it is real. Is it worth going? What is that? Is it worth
to see on a 3-wall movie screen?
Absolutely.
Like IMAX. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Totally worth it. It is visually stunning. That is what I can say. It is fun. It is a lot of fun. Even the people, you always criticize the people scenes with Monarch and stuff like that. I didn't mind anything. Nothing felt like it was dragging. So it's something that I actually would love to see again and in IMAX because, again, it's visually stunning. You'll definitely enjoy it.
Awesome. All right, y'all. Well, you heard it from the bearded one himself. Go ahead and check it out, and we'll see. Right, we'll see what you guys think. I've heard good reviews about it. So, Simeon said thanks, Dominic. So, I've heard good reviews, and I trust Dominic's opinion on when it comes to shows because we have very similar tastes in movies. So, I'll definitely check it out. I don't know if I'm gonna go see it. I haven't even seen Dune 2, so I don't know if I'm gonna go into the theaters to see it. But if you said it's worth it,
I can wait to see that one. Right.
Oh, Dune 2?
Yes.
You can wait
because I know the story of Dune, so I feel like I can wait to see it. It's just a retelling of the same story. This is something that hasn't been done before. So
yeah, maybe I'll go see it this weekend. I think that'll be fun. That'll be a fun little addition. All right, well, let's move on.
It'll be a lot of fun. Yeah. Okay.
Zoe Saldana, y'all. Zoe Saldana. It's like, well, what does she have to do with anything? If you guys know Zoe Saldana played Gamora in the Guardians of the Galaxy, and so Zoe was asked on an upcoming episode of the play. Let me move this over here so I can see it. There we go. The playlist. The Playlist Discourse podcast. If she was done playing Gamora in the Marvel Cinematic Universe now that James Gunn's Guardian of the Galaxy trilogy has ended. Marvel has no plans of bringing them back as of yet. Gunn has moved on to DC, and some of Saldana's co-stars like Dave Bautista, who Cupcake knows very, very, very well. Dave Bautista, Drax, for those who don't know, the Destroyer, have vowed that Volume 3 was their last Guardians movie. Quote, I still have hope, Saldana told the Discourse podcast, about making a fourth Star Trek movie. Quote, I had a wonderful experience through and through, and through the 3 times that I was a part of the team, I know that they're always trying to sort of aim to wrangle everybody together, but I also know that Paramount is working on a new sort of fresh take on Star Trek. How do we go from Star Trek to
this was the interview.
Guardians? Oh,
that was
so
their
she went from Guardians to Star Trek? Oh, so she's saying that she still had hope, but she's also talking about Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm sorry.
Right. She put a period in that.
Got it.
Yes.
So she has hope for Guardians of the Galaxy because she also says in the interview, it would be a huge loss for Marvel if they didn't find a way to bring back the Guardians of the Galaxy, even if she's not done playing Gamora. So
Correct.
hallelujah for Batista. You know what? It's wrong with her.
Well, these are the two franchises that people want to know most about, and that is her
Yeah,
Marvel involvement and her Star Trek involvement. The
yeah.
Kelvin line of movies, as we know, was there. If you loved it or hated it, it was
Oh my
talked
god,
about. It was a topic of conversation.
it was
So it's interesting to
terrible.
hear her even comment about her Star Trek. Will we get a fourth movie or not? Paramount's very niche. In fact, they are neck deep into all of their shows and movies, as we know. So
Hmm.
why would they turn around and invest in another movie right now of that particular J.J. Abrams franchise? What is the benefit?
Yeah, I don't see a good look if they tried to do that, because that wouldn't make any sense. It would be clashing with the current timelines that
Correct.
they're building right now with Paramount. And then for them to
Yeah.
just add in, that would be super weird. I would be really,
Yeah.
uncomfortable with that.
And I just thought this was a very interesting comment because she doesn't do a lot of press and she doesn't talk a lot about these franchises. I have never read where she's really so vocal about all of this. And
Hmm.
so, yeah, I just thought that it's a bummer that these two projects that helped make her famous are probably dead going forward.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
she has Avatar, so
She does. She has Avatar, so we'll see how she does with that. And I think, is that the last? Yeah,
yes,
that's it. That's gonna be it
that's it.
for that, and that actually segue segs.
Somebody had sex on the mind, apparently.
Child.
Hmm.
That segues us into our blurred news. Let's get on into it, shall we?
Yes, please.
All right, so we have some blurred news, y'all. We got some blurred news. So first up, well, we just talked about Zoe Saldana talking about the what do you call it, the
Star Trek.
Star Trek. Thank you. This is why you're my co-host. All right, so we're talking about Star Trek, and so we're going into Paramount Plus. Let's head over to Paramount Plus Studios real quick and see what they got talking about as it pertains to Section 31. So Rachel Garrett. For those who may not know, Rachel Garrett was on Star Trek. She played in Next Gen. Yes, she was. She says she's okay. So a new Variety report says a legendary Next Gen character is returning, but who is she? Star Trek fans got a couple fascinating details in a March 27th report by Variety on the future of the franchise on Paramount Plus. The biggest for sure is that the character of Rachel Garrett, the first female captain of the USS Enterprise, will be appearing in the Section 31 direct to Paramount Plus movie that's going to star Michelle Yeoh. In Star Trek Section 31, Emperor Philippa Giorgio joins a secret division of Starfleet tasked with protecting the United Federation of Planets and faces the sins of her past. The actress Casey Roll, is it Roll? Yeah, Roll will be playing Garrett, who was the captain of the Enterprise C in the first half of the 24th century, and was the subject of one of the most beloved Next Generation episodes ever, entitled Yesterday's Enterprise. She was played by Tracy O'Neill, who you just saw in the original episode. The time travel episode was about how the Enterprise C was ripped out of history at a battle with the Romulans where it was supposed to have perished. Instead, the ship was hurled 22 years into the future, where it meets Picard's Enterprise, the Enterprise D. As a result of the change to history, the Federation is at war with the Klingons, and the only way to set history right is for the crew of the Enterprise C to agree to go back to their own timeline, where they all face certain and imminent death. Star Trek fans are very excited, to include myself, to see her return. Star Trek Section 31 will be released sometime in 2025. Section 31 is being directed by Olatondo Olatunde Osanami, excuse me, who is also the producing director for Star Trek Discovery. There still isn't a release date or time frame for when Section 31 will arrive at Paramount Plus. The 5th and final season of Discovery wraps up at the end of May, and we just learned season 3 of Star Trek Strange New Worlds is confirmed to be arriving in 2025 as well. With production already complete on Section 31, it could be it arrives ahead of season 3 of Strange New Worlds, possibly even by the end of this year. That would be really dope. The 5th season of the adult animated series Lower Decks. If you guys have not seen Lower Decks, please go ahead and check out Lower Decks, because Lower Decks is
really good.
It's hilarious.
Hate to say it. It is really good.
It is so good. But it is expected to arrive later this year on Paramount Plus, and the 2nd season of Star Trek Prodigy. If you are a Voyager fan, I am telling you right now, if you are a Voyager fan, make sure you check out Star Trek Prodigy. But it will be released this year on Netflix as well, which I'm really excited about. The new young adult focused live action Starfleet Academy series doesn't start shooting until late summer and may not arrive until 2026, which is fine because we have a lot of other stuff going on. So they, that's fine. We'll see how it goes. But that's all that's going on with all of the Star Trek news. What are your thoughts on all of this? It's a lot.
Well, you see that they gave their overall schedule. I didn't know Discovery. I remember they said that they had to, at the end of season 5 for Discovery, it was never supposed to be a series finale, that they had to go back into production. And so it's very interesting to hear that for the next 2 months or so, they are wrapping things up with Discovery. And then right after that, they are going to start shooting the live action series Starfleet Academy this summer. So they were going to take a little break and go right back into it. I'm so proud of this director who's in charge of Discovery. He is an African man who has done a fantastic job with all 5 seasons. We haven't seen it, the final season, but we already know it's a fantastic job that this guy has done since he was handed the keys in season 2. He wasn't over season 1, but when he started in season 2, he really changed the course of this show. To know that he's going to clearly be attached to Section 31, that is a really big deal. That's a lot of pressure. Huge
We've
heard about it since the very beginning of the original series of Star Trek. We've heard about Section 31. So this is going to be, I'm really excited for that. And Prodigy, I'm super excited because I never watched Voyager, but I feel so connected to watching. It makes me want to watch more episodes because I've been rewatching episodes of Voyager because of Prodigy. So
I will watch
I'm
Voyager
just excited.
any time of the day. Like Voyager is my absolute favorite iteration of Star Trek. Originally it was Next Gen.
Do you like Prodigy? Okay.
I love Prodigy. I think Prodigy was really smart and well done. I'm just really eager. I just wish, honestly, I really wish that they would have a second Voyager or series, live action.
You wish it was live action? Yeah.
I do. I do think that obviously, Captain Janeway is a little too old to be Captain Janeway, but she could be Admiral Janeway or whatever and kind of look over.
Well, she is in the cartoon.
Yeah, but I want to see her. Yeah,
I agree.
There's a presence about her that was just super dope. So I would love to see her in the Star Trek universe in some way, shape, or form, physically being able to see her. But I'm happy with a Star Trek Prodigy, so I have no complaints. So it is what it is.
And with all of this that's going on with them, this is why Zoe, she's not going to get another movie. They're too wrapped up in what they're doing within the main timeline. This is the main timeline, and
absolutely,
fans love it. Picard ended on a super high note, as we talked about. Yeah, this is the place to be.
This is it. All right, y'all. Let's head over to Marvel because we got to talk about some things. I'm super happy. I'm super happy about this news. So give me a second. Okay. All right. So Xmen 97 fans have reason to celebrate as the show has just been confirmed for a second and third season. Okay,
That's right.
2 extra seasons. We're just getting into season 2. But in an interview with comicbook.com, Marvel Studios producer Brad Windenbaum also revealed that production for season 2 is on track, with season 3 already in development. X-Men 97 is now the second Marvel Studio series to have 3 seasons after Marvel's What If, which is expected to resume later this year or in 2025. Windenbaum says X-Men 97 will remain faithful to the original show throughout, even as it explores story arcs beyond the comics. He also acknowledged the contribution of former showrunner Bo DeMaio. Thank you for that, first and foremost, because that was shady. But anyway, I'm gonna leave that alone.
It was.
We talked about that a couple of weeks ago. We'll go into that. What's up, Walter? Walt B? Yes. Aren't you loving X-Men? Yes, he's like, I am loving X-Men.
So good.
Listen, Storm is that bitch. Okay. And Dominic and I will be doing we finally locked in recording time, so we will be reviewing on a podcast specific reviewing the X-Men 97. So
episode by episode.
So make sure you guys take a look at that and check that out. But yes, continuing on with this, where we at? So who was reportedly finished writing season 2 before he exited the project. And I like how they say exited. He was fired. He was fired, y'all. Let's not.
He already wrote season 2.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly. Shameful. Anyway, X-Men 97 has earned overwhelming praise from audiences, especially from fans of X-Men, the animated series, which was back in 97. Or back in the 90s, rather. Both shows share the tone and animation reminiscent of the 90s, but X-Men 97 holds its own with an engaging, continuing story. Apart from exploring Cable's origins, the latest episode also ended by teasing Storm and Forge's romance. Spoiler alert, y'all. Which could be developed in subsequent episodes if the show adapts the pair's arc from the comics. X-Men 97 is streaming on Disney Plus, so make sure you guys check it out. Right, isn't that shady? Yeah. Dear Marvel, can y'all put Batista in X-Men some kind of way? Thanks, management. You're so hilarious. So Dave Batista left Marvel. Allegedly he's over at DC, if I'm not mistaken, if we reported that correctly.
Correct. And rumor has it, as of today, we were going live in less than an hour, but a story just broke that it sounds as though he's going to be playing Bane.
Oh,
I am so excited. I don't know what to do. He's going to be playing Bane in the new James Gunn Batman movie. That's
Can we get a mop on aisle 5? Thank you so much.
And I like it because it's so far from Drax, right? Drax is a good guy. He's a barbarian. Yep. Bane is a bad guy who's super smart and super calculated.
Okay, well, I'm a DC fan now. You're hilarious. Really? That's what I'm saying. Isn't that going to be dope? I think that's going to be epic. That's going to be epic. Whew.
So the two bad guys that we know is Bane being played by Batista, and then the other bad guy is going to be Lobo, played by Jason Momoa. So that already is just amazing.
Jesus knows what I need. You're hilarious. So Cupcake feels about Dave Bautista how I feel about Jason Momoa and Winston Duke. So yes. Let's see. There are miracles and blessings for me. Hallelujah. Glory to his name. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to be talking about actually one of Dominic's favorite superheroes ever. We're going to get into who is Virgil Hawkins. So stay tuned, stay blessed, and we'll be right back after these commercial breaks.
Did you know that you can now catch the electrifying sounds of Bulletin Flight Radio anywhere you go? Yes, you heard it right. Tune in to the high-flying beats exploring melodies by downloading the TuneIn app on your mobile device. Just search for Bullet in Flight Radio and hit play. It's that easy. And if you have a smart device like Alexa or Google, just say, "Hey Google," or "Alexa, play Bullet in Flight Radio on TuneIn." Experience the rush of adrenaline wherever you are. Listen to Bullet in Flight Radio on TuneIn using your Alexa or Google devices. Soaring through the skies has never sounded this good. Don't miss out on the ultimate musical journey. Tune in now to Bullet in Flight Radio on TuneIn and let the music take you on an unforgettable ride. Get ready to elevate your listening experience. Brought to you by Bullet in Flight Radio.
Because self-care should be luxurious. Luxe Noir.
Are you ready for enlightening conversations that transcend boundaries? Get ready for Conversations with Clergy, brought to you by the HIV Vaccine Trials Network. In partnership with the world's largest publicly funded international collaboration, the HVTN is dedicated to evaluating vaccines to prevent HIV and COVID-19, but their impact doesn't stop there. The HVTN is at the forefront of advancing vaccinology, social and behavioral sciences, statistics, immunology, and even contributing to the research on tuberculosis and COVID-19 vaccines. By supporting Conversations with Clergy, the HVTN not only brings you thought-provoking discussions, but also contributes to the global effort to combat infectious diseases. Tune in, stay informed, and be a part of the change. Conversations with Clergy, supported by the HVTN, empowering conversations, empowering lives. Join us in this journey of knowledge, understanding, and progress. Conversations with Clergy, proudly brought to you by the HIV Vaccine Trials Network, because together we can make a difference.
Okay, y'all. I am so sorry. I don't know what the hell happened. But there's a huge wind gust thing going on and where I live. And so it just took a power line out, but apparently my backups came back on. So we're thanking God for that. Let me see if we can turn some of the lights on. Yes. Okay. Can you hear me, Dominic?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right. So I apologize.
She was about to take over.
Yeah. Shout out to our gladiators for handling the business while we're out. So I apologize for all that. I'll make sure that that's edited out for Bullet in Flight so you guys can listen to it on the replay. Let me go ahead and get this all back on. Let's resume. I'm so sorry about that, y'all. That was crazy. I was like, what is going on? It was in the middle of everything, and I didn't know what was going on. It was just weird. I was like, I know I paid my bill, honey. All right, y'all.
Like, what just happened? Okay, let's get started.
Weird, but thank you guys so much for tuning on in and staying with us. For those who did stay with us, I appreciate it. I apologize for all of the craziness. Let me get this back up, and let's get this back going. They back. We back now. Sorry about that. We have a and I can't make any promises that it won't go out again. So if it does go out again, we'll just go ahead and close out the show. But we'll try our best to get to this portion of the show here. So give me 1 second, y'all. All right. It's super
We have a few minutes, so I don't know if we're going to be able to do this.
We'll try our best. That's all we can do.
Read that fast.
We'll try our best. That's all we.
You know what? Why don't we do Virgil next week?
Okay, that's all fine.
Yeah, because we only have a few minutes left anyway, and so we can just.
Well, why don't we do this?
With some commentary, huh?
Yeah, let's do. I want to do commentary on. I actually want to talk about. And I'm gonna drop the. What do you call it? The spoiler alert for Xmen 97. Let's have a little conversation, a little chat about that real quick. All right, y'all. So we're just gonna do a quick commentary on let me do a spoiler alert. Xmen 97. All right. So we're just gonna do a quick commentary on Xmen 97. So if you have not watched it, I want to let you know now that we're going to be talking about Xmen 97. So if you want to watch it, please go ahead and log off. Well, I'm leaving if this is a spoiler alert. What they know, that I appreciate you, no problem. Well, y'all keep y'all janky wins, y'all blow the pilot over here. Hilarious. But thanks, guys, for those who are staying on. I appreciate you. Let's talk a little bit about that, and we'll deep dive a little bit more. But maybe not go too much on the spoilers, but just kind of like your feelings and overall vibe of Xmen 97. So go ahead, Dominic.
Well, just commenting on the first 3 episodes, right? Or is it 4 episodes? We're 4 episodes in, right?
I think we're 4 in, yeah.
I think we're 4 in. We've already commented about the first 2 episodes that were released. For those that have not watched it, please take the time to catch up on these episodes because I think there are only 8 to 10 episodes per season. Mm-hmm. So we're really almost at the halfway mark if we're not already there already. The last 2 episodes, last week was more about, it was the start of Storm, talking about Storm and Forge. And the fact that he could help her get her powers back. And this week it was a continuation of that, just a little bit. They're just dropping us breadcrumbs, which is extremely frustrating for me.
Yeah,
because I want her back. I want her back. This is a comic book storyline, so they are absolutely staying true to the source material. So that I do appreciate. Bo did a very good job of doing that. But how he's like, oh, I can help you, but I can't really help you, but I can help you because you're so attractive. It's like, dude, what just happened?
Right, what's going on here?
I was with her the whole time. It's like, gotta go.
I've never really liked, as far as the comics are concerned, I've never really liked the pairing of Forge and Storm. I just felt like it was just weird. I don't know. There was something about Forge that I didn't feel like he was a good pair for. I don't even think that Wolverine was a good pair for her either. I really like Black Panther's pairing, and I liked the current pairing that is I forget his name. But in the latest comics that are going on right now, for those who read the comics, that pairing.
She went out on a date with Thor as well.
I would have liked Thor over Forge.
The public doesn't sound like, some of the public does not like that. They're telling Thor he could do better. It's like, how could he possibly do better?
How could you do better than the Weather Goddess?
We know what that's about. So, yeah, I love this last episode and the whole video game, being trapped in the video game, the 16-bit video game. It was awesome to go back into time and to see those type of video games. The weird, creepy guy who does all the stuff, it was fun to see him again.
Oh, Mordo?
Yes.
Yeah.
So much fun to see him again. Last week's episode was kind of, it was good. It was about Jean and her
doppelganger,
her clone. Her clone. That was really good.
That was a really good episode.
One of the best episodes so far of the entire season.
I will say this. This week's episode, I was not happy. I feel like
the
Jubilee,
video game stuff with Moto.
I like him. I feel like Jubilee is a waste of time and space. She is a waste of a mutant.
How can you take down Sentinels and Magneto with fireworks?
I don't like Jubilee. I don't like Jubilee. Jubilee is so annoying. Jubilee is so annoying.
Her new boyfriend or whatever, he was very interesting. And it was very interesting how they got a little romantic and then it went to fading black, which leaves a whole lot to the imagination.
Right. I mean, Jubilee, get your sunburst, girl. Do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do, Jubilee. But I'm just saying, like, I just don't understand why Jubilee is like an X-Men. She should be a student and stay a student. She is not. I don't think she's on the level of being an X-Men. Like, her powers are so insignificant. She is just she is a waste of time. She is annoying.
Well, it was interesting how they showed the older version of her and how her power levels increased. If you noticed that.
Yeah, let's move on.
Pyrotechnic powers.
Well, y'all,
she could do spinners.
Right. Ooh. I think they're trying to put her on the same level as Dazzler, which I just don't. It's whatever.
We're still not getting Storm. I want to get into the meat of that whole origin.
Yeah.
That her powers aren't just mutant based.
Right.
It's not just genetic, but she's connected to magic as well.
Yes.
That is a really big deal.
Yeah. When she said that she could not feel the breeze, that was it for me. I was like, my heart broke. I was like, not my Storm. Not my Storm, girl. Not the baddest girl on the block.
I'm liking it, but this is a slow burn for me. So Bo Domingo,
I told them they have 2 episodes. They got
no, they're gonna drag this out. I told you.
Well, let me tell you something.
She's gonna get her powers just in time for the season finale. Watch.
Well, we'll see how it goes. Well, we gotta go. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I apologize for the I don't know what's going on. It's probably Storm getting her powers back. That's what it is.
We hope.
Right. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. We're going to do Virgil Hawkins next week. I apologize for all of the craziness that happened. And for those who are listening on Bullet and Flight Radio, make sure you guys tune in to all of the other amazing shows on Pyro Media Network. And thank you guys for supporting. We appreciate you, pilots. And I appreciate you, Dominic. Congratulations on your making it as a finalist. And we're going to continue to vote when voting opens back up. And let's get her done. All right, y'all. Stay blessed.
Thank you.
Stay stress-free, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Until then.
And stay unusual.
Bye, y'all.
Thank you for watching Pyro Media Network. For more information, please visit pyromedianetwork.com.